In March 1996, if I remember, my Guruji, Sri Chandrasekhar Sharma Garu, he came home and he said, it is now time that you take the Guru Mantram. So he gave me the Upadesham, Guru Mantram Upadesham in 1996, and I was asked to do this Guru Mantram every morning from 4 to 6. So, whatever be the situation in college or at home, religiously I would get up at 4 o'clock, keep an alarm at 4 o'clock. And from 4 to 6, I would sit and meditate and I would actually chant the Guru Mantram. So, this happened for I think 6 to 7 months like that. And then I was working with NIIT, and then one day I just went to office, and like every day I was just sitting and doing my work, and in the background, I was chanting the Guru Mantra, and then suddenly I just had this urge to close my eyes. And I don't know after that what happened. I just closed my eyes, and they say now that you have to dive within if you have to know, God or what you are. Or there's also a saying that, the only way out is in, something like that I heard. So it was like the experience was like I have dived into this ocean of light within me, okay? So I closed my eyes and I knew that this was a very different experience. I was in the space which was complete light and nothing else. And I just sat like that for, I seriously don't remember, maybe half an hour, 45 minutes. I just didn't feel like opening my eyes. I just didn't feel like opening my eyes. But then I was working and I was not at home, right? So somewhere, in the back of my mind, I was like telling myself that, what if somebody comes into the cubicle, and if somebody sees that they might actually assume that I'm sleeping. So then after, half an hour, 45 minutes, I just opened my eyes, and then it felt very peaceful and I was feeling different. So I thought maybe it was just sheer luck that, for that half an hour, 45 minutes, I had this experience and it might not repeat itself. So as soon as I went home, again I sat and again I closed my eyes, and I was just thinking, I was like trying to see if that experience would repeat or it was just, a very, very temporary one. But then when I went home and when I closed my eyes, again I was very easily able to dive within myself. Again, go in that space, go and sit in that space which had just light, that golden light, and nothing else, silent, calm. There's no thought, and there's no expectation, there's no query, there's nothing, absolutely calm, and that's it. So, till then, till that point of time, if I remember, my thoughts were like very, very, I can say, they were very, very ambiguous. I would get all crazy thoughts, and the thoughts didn't have any connection with my current life. I was in a mess, okay? I mean, I had too many thoughts, and I would wonder, how one's mind can become their own enemy, where you don't have control on what you're thinking. You're feeling scared because you're getting so many thoughts, and that too such erratic thoughts, no connection, one thought and the other thought, they just don't have any connection. It's just an outburst of thoughts, okay? So from that restlessness, here I was sitting like, an epitome of peace. When I open my eyes, I'm in this world, I'm communicating, I'm normal. And the moment I close my eyes, I'm completely disconnected with everybody. I'm in that some other space. I don't feel the body, I don't feel the mind, the thoughts, nothing. It's just sheer, pure silence. So that was my experience with, diving within myself. Then I remember again during the same time, It was January 1st and it was New Year's. So my colleagues from NIIT, they came and did a sleepover at my place. So I gave my room to them and I came and slept on the divan in the drawing room. And I think it was close to midnight, or after, I think after midnight sometime, 1:30 or 2 in the night. I just felt like my entire body just went up and it just fell back on the bed. And I'm a pretty heavy person. I can never do such stunts. It's impossible by me to lift my entire body, that too, in a in a sleeping position, and then put it back. It's impossible, for me to do that. So then I opened my eyes and I thought that, what happened, it's just like I just went like that and tapal, and I just fell on the back on the bed. I thought, okay, something weird, and just ignored it. The next morning, I was just talking to my dad and I was just thinking, what's happening to me. I was just able to see only half of my dad's face, only half of his face, only this part. And the other half of his face, it was just light, and it was like moving like that and merging into the space. And I'm seeing only light on one side and completely his face on the other. Then I thought that, what's happening to me? What's wrong with my eyes? Why am I able to see only half of my dad's face? Then I thought, Pakka, this is death. I'm dying. I'm able to see lights everywhere. So I think this is how death is. Maybe I'm kind of conking off. That's it. It's Tata by time. So I thought the best way to die is maybe, just go sit in the toilet, lock yourself inside. And if you have to die, at least you will not have an audience. You can very silently take an exit. So I ran into the toilet. I just locked myself in the loo. And I thought that chalo, everywhere I'm just seeing light, I'm just seeing light and light and light. After I think 4-5 minutes, I couldn't see anything, the toilet walls, nothing. I'm just seeing, a kind of a light moving. It's just expanding and expanding and expanding. And I'm sitting in the center like a small dot, and all around me was this expanse of light, and it is a moving light, okay, just moving like that, golden color light. And I'm just sitting in the center of all of this, and I'm like, okay, I think this is how death is. And now maybe after 4-5 minutes, I'll become part of this light. And maybe my body will just drop dead in the toilet. And maybe after 1-2 hours, people will realize something is wrong. This girl is not coming. Or maybe if they break open the door, they might find me dead inside. So I was waiting and waiting and waiting that maybe now I'm going to die. Now I'm going to die. Nothing like that happened. And maybe after 15 minutes or so, the light which was all around me, it started contracting. It started coming closer, 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 till it became a small speck and it just went into my right eye. I'm not exaggerating. This is not a story. This really happened with me. So after that, my vision was normal. I came out of the toilet. I looked at everybody. I looked again at my dad's face. Everything looked normal. So I thought, what happened with me? And then I was like, I was with everybody, but my thoughts were like, what happened to me in the morning? What was this light? What happened to me? I'm still alive. I'm able to see everything normally now. So I didn't have answers. So I just kept quiet. Now again, after 1-2 days, I was back to work, and I was like a counselor in NIIT, and I had these two guys who were sitting and who came to inquire, okay, who came to ask about the course. I was just explaining about the course to them, and now from my left eye, one small speck came out, a speck of light. And I'm like, okay, something's happening. And then it started, in this moment, this is the movement, and it started expanding. Now, the moment it started expanding, I could make out that, okay, this looks like an episode 2 of the same thing that happened at home. And now those two guys, I'm not able to see their right side. I'm able to see only their left. I'm not able to see their left. I'm able to see only their right. And here that light is expanding, okay? Now, how do I continue with my counseling? It was impossible for me because, first of all, I'm not able to see those guys properly. And I'm staring at them, and I'm sure they must have thought that this girl is really flirting with us, instead of explaining about the course, she's just looking at our faces as if she's seeing men for the first time. So then I thought that, okay, I need to urgently go and sit in the loo. So again in NIIT, I just checked into the loo and I just sat there. And same thing happened. 15 minutes, that light expanded, 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 and the whole loop was just light and nothing else. And I was sitting in the center and I'm like shaking like that. And then again after 15 minutes it started contracting, 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 and then again it went into the left eye. So now this became something which was repetitive in my life. On and off I'm seeing this. So I went to my Guruji's house and I just told him that, boss, something is happening, yeah, some light, and then it expands and it contracts, and it can happen anytime, anywhere. I'm getting freaked out. I don't know how to handle this. So my Guruji, he realized that there were a couple of other people in the room. So he said, no, 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 it is just maybe you are having some high BP or something. I was thinking, okay, if we have high BP, this is what happens, is it? But it didn't look like a BP problem. It looked something very different. I was like, okay. And I was just thinking. Then after those guys left, then Guruji called me and he said, this is called Ardhanarishwara. So don't get freaked out. Next time when you see the light coming out, it is your own light that is coming out. It's not coming from somewhere else. So next time you just see it come out, don't get scared. Very peacefully observe that light. Become a part of it. With a lot of love, keep observing. And then the moment it goes back into your system or within you, let it happen naturally. Don't freak out or don't get scared. Just calmly observe. So this time it was, I think, on Ugadi. I went to office. It was a holiday basically, but then I had some urgent work. So I just went to office and nobody was there. Okay, I was sitting alone in a huge hall. And then that thing started. Okay, it came from the right or left eye, I don't remember. That speck came out, and again it's like expanding. Now I was sitting in one of the chairs, and I think all around me I'm seeing that light, and it is expanding till maybe the end or the corners of all the four corners of the room. Okay, it's a big hall. So I could see that the light is expanding till it hit all the four corners of that room, and I'm sitting in the center, and all around me is that light. So same thing, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, I waited. Then it started contracting. It became that small speck and again went in. But this time I didn't get freaked out. I didn't get scared. I just kept observing it. And as Guruji said, after that it never bothered me. I mean, those experiences have never happened, or even if I remember, they happened maybe once or twice, but it didn't really scare me, or I didn't get freaked out or anything. So these are the two experiences I thought I'll tell you. The experience of diving within, and the experience of seeing your own light or your own energy come and do a dance in front of your eyes, and just again re-enter your body. So I'm still looking out for books which can actually explain what is this state called. According to my guru, he says it is Ardhanarishvara. So I just wanted to share this.